World of YouTube, true crime, tale site, and everything else. I was up in Leominster, Mass, looking at the rubbish route. Sometimes I like to go see what other people throw out in their trash. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Of course, I've got 15 years in the rubbish industry, so kind of know what I'm looking for. But I'm driving by and I never noticed this. Out of the many years that I've been up in this area, I think this is a new plot. And due to the fact that I think that this person might have lived in this area, or where the water tank is up there in Leominster, maybe could have lived on this land. And I think that's why his stone is here. You have a street. Lancey is his last name. So I'm about to wonder if he, lived on this street, at this area. I believe there's I'll get to it after, but there's a pond, for some reason, needed assistance with a fire. Don't say how the fire started, but it is very mysterious and interesting. Whether it be local kids or something from the other side, maybe. But I don't know. I'm gonna look into that at the Historical Society. But I'm gonna show some. Oh yeah, here's a close up. In memory of firefighter Ray B Lancey, Coleman, Hose Company Number 3, Leominster Fire Department, killed in the line of duty, White's Pond area. And that was May 18th, 1924. He was not very old. He was 22 years old, I believe it said. Actually, the picture I came across was the picture of him. But so as I was saying, I had to get cut off for a moment. I thought, of course, I would take the honor to give this guy, if anybody can't go visit this place, of course, you come here and honor it here on my video and my channel. But, of course, this is him. Of course, he was a young kid at the time. And this story goes, Raymond B. Lancey is the one and only firefighter in the history of the department to give his life in the line of duty. A member of Hose Company 3 in North Leominster, he was killed when a 6-gallon fire extinguisher exploded on May 18th while firefighters were hurling barling a brush fire near White's Pond that was threatening a number of cottages, according to the report. Held by Captain Richard H. Cutter. He was leaning over the top of the extinguisher when the bottom, blew out, throwing him the rest of the extinguisher about 10 feet in the air, and it was a break bottle with a Babcock 6-gallon extinguisher and was charged with water by carbonate of soda and sulfuric acid. The chemical reaction is capable of generating the pressure inside the bottle of 160, 200 pounds per square inch. That's a lot of, yeah, which in the turn of force, an effective stream, approximately 25 feet. He was only 22 years old, and courtesy of Paul F. Kennedy. So messing around with tanks back in them days, boy, yeah, it was no joke. Wow, that I'm looking at that face, and he actually is starting to remind me of somebody. Ooh, I don't like when that happens. Everybody has a twin. Oof. I mean, I've looked at his face before, but not like I am now, and it's like he's resembling somebody. I don't know who yet, but I got something in my head that's just she and yeah. But anyways, sad situation. Of course, that tank must have heated up, maybe due to the fire, or maybe wasn't properly tested. Of course, back then, things like dynamite and stuff like this wasn't, you weren't, back in them days, sometimes you weren't properly trained. You were trained, don't get me wrong, but you weren't properly trained. I mean, there's more things, and I'm sure there was a lot more things that were learned throughout time. Especially, you don't even hear about them canisters no more, let alone using acid and like baking soda powder type stuff. So yeah, I mean, we use besides the crop dusting flying, well, not them, but them planes that drop the dust out of the air, like in California. That's the only way you'll see that powder stuff. It could be similar to this dropping out, would be only that. Keeping it near, I mean, there could have been some texture in the canister too that sizzled up or got mixed wrong or whatever the case may be, and the poof, toss that poor guy to the sky. Of course, these days you got water hoses, and back then, you watch old movies, man. Maybe this is why they did make these canisters, is because, of course, fire extinguishers today ain't built like they were either back in the day, and we do have them, but mixing the stuff that they had back then was whoa. But I mean, with the fire extinguisher, I mean, the fire hoses, and you look back in the day, they used to sit on that shit like 2-3 men. Saw that pressure, woo, pissing off the ground. And they've done silent movies like with Charlie Chaplin, I believe. He goes flying around, or the Three Stooges, and they're flying around with the hose. And they're literally letting a guy fly around with that pressure, just to make comedy in a movie. But as you can see, it ain't no friggin' joke. And yeah, when they made fire extinguishers, and it was probably better usage that way because they were going to a brush fire. And where they were going, probably couldn't even use a truck. So, unfortunately, things suck that way. But, yeah, to lean on top of it, whatever he was doing to do that, that's just a question, too. It's like, what are you doing, man? Just hold the hose. But, unfortunately, it's a good thing, though, I found this because you gotta remember people that risk their lives too. It's like back in them days, man, kids that go in the army 17, 18 years old, drafted. They didn't sign up to that. They were making them do that. But it also made them a hero too. Because hey, you gotta fight for Uncle Sam. You do gotta fight for your freedom. There are some times when war is the only answer to, keep law and order. Order. I'm not saying just to go over there for your own pleasure island, love to shoot people. I'm talking about sometimes That's right. Law and order don't want to be properly dealt with. No, people just want to go about their own ways, take innocent lives. You know how it goes. But all heroes, even this guy, from past to present, all the way up to 9/11, in future, these people sign up their lives, and it's just, yeah, it just gets you when you just sit there and stare at a person and say, I'm going to do this for the people. But thought I'd honor this guy, give him a little decency, never forget 1924. And this is his stone once again. That man, huge salute. Moment of silence. Well, till that next video, people, be safe, take care, and always beware. Especially even if you're not a firefighter and you're out in them woods, walking, camping, whatever, trailing, stuff ain't no joke. But I would like to know what started that fire, man. Because I did look up on the map about White Pond, and yeah, you have to walk through the woods to get there. And obviously that's why he was carrying the fire extinguisher, but that means also that someone probably purposely did that. So, shame on you if you're still alive. But, can't fix stupid. Be safe, everybody. Salute.